So I'm on the BJJ Fanatics website, and I see 3 new videos by some guy named Thomas Radzinski. You familiar with that guy at all?
Nope, absolutely not.
No? Well, he's got some good stuff. Three brand new videos. They're getting amazing reviews, which is good to see as well. But you got to tell us about them real quick?
Yeah, I had, you guys already know, but I had opportunity to go to Boston, shoot 3 more instructionals, 1 on butterfly hook, complete guide for butterfly hook, 2 wrap, lapel, and submit them, and 3 we have taking the back. It's particularly designed for guys for over 40 because there is no climbing involved. All the back takes are on the ground. Very, very full and effective system. So dip into it. I'm really hoping that this is going to help your jiu-jitsu and really take it to the next level.
BJJfanatics.com. Just search ROZDZ. We have all had that situation where after class is when we want to ask a question. And Thomas, a lot of those questions you've already answered, right, at Ask a Black Belt.
Yeah, it's another podcast that I'm running. It's on podcast, all podcast platforms, plus on YouTube. You can find it anywhere. Just search for my name. Search for Ask a Black Belt. At this point, over 100 episodes, different questions, jiu-jitsu, life-related, but something that everybody comes across, and often these questions sink in our mind, but we don't ask for whatever reason. So if that benefits you, go there, listen. It actually might help your jiu-jitsu, might help your life as well. And if you have any questions, find me on Instagram and drop me a line. I'll be happy to answer your question and mention your name during the episode.
Welcome to Raw Radio.
And we are live again.
There we
go.
go.
What a great conversation with Nick.
Yeah, Nick's a cool guy, man.
Yeah. But before we start, we just gave away a t-shirt. We just gave away Roll TV.
Yep.
If you're listening to this, make sure you go to our website, therawradio.com. Tell us which episode you liked the most. Give us some comments, why you like the episode, who was the guest. Give us some thoughts on things that we do around here, some of these conversations that we have, and we'll give you not only a awesome original t-shirt from Raw Radio, but also free access to Roll TV. So you have access to over 1,000 videos, seminars, and other things, and it's all cool stuff. And recently we actually had Robert Drysdale and Felipe Costa and a bunch of other guys who really visit Roll Academy here, and it's all filmed, it's all available there. So why not get access to it? Why not?
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah, even if you don't win, go get it.
Yeah. So is jiu-jitsu for everybody?
I think it's for everybody to try.
Okay. Elaborate.
Well, I really, so the people that jiu-jitsu is not for either need to adapt and change, or they're going to wash out, right? I don't remember who said it. You see it in jiu-jitsu memes all the time. Jiu-jitsu is for everybody, and then it's only for half those people, and then it's only for a third of those people, and then it's for the select few. However they word it. It's always worded differently. But basically, it's like, yeah, jiu-jitsu is for everybody, but down the road, most of those people are gone, right?
Okay, so you're talking about, I think we're talking about 2 different things, right? One is jiu-jitsu for everybody in general, meaning is everybody capable of doing jiu-jitsu? That's one. But point 2 is everybody capable of continuing doing jiu-jitsu and getting to higher levels? Right? These are 2 different topics.
Right.
So let's talk about the first one first.
Is everybody
capable of doing jiu-jitsu, period?
Most people are, yes. I think there's some restrictions, but I think that people need to know that they have them when they walk through the door, whether it be your overweight or your physicality, your mindset, whatever it is. That's why I said I think it's for everybody to try. Give it a shot. As far as everybody progressing to a higher level, I think only if they feel or if they learn that it's hard It's always going to be hard. It's a puzzle that you're never going to solve, and they have to be okay with those things. Otherwise, they're going to wash out. You know what? This isn't for me. You start with those excuses. We've talked about it before. I'm no good at this. This isn't for me. It's not what I thought it was. There's a million reasons to quit. And usually those reasons are just excuses. And I think that those are the people that either you need to change your mindset or quit. See you later. So I think you have to be a particular type of person, open-minded enough to continue through jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. If you're closed-minded, like I said, you just start making those excuses to get out, to find a way out. You'll figure out a way out. Quitting's easy. There's a million reasons to quit. A million excuses, I should say. So pick one, right? Whichever one fits for your particular scenario right now in your life, pick that one and run with it and quit. Don't come back. Or realize that it's just a BS excuse and you're in your own head and you have to be reflective enough to say, I'm never going to be I honestly say to yourself, shit, you know what? I'm never going to be as good as that guy sitting next to me. I'm never going to be as good as that kid sitting across the room. That's okay. That's okay. It's not, competitions are scheduled events. The jiu-jitsu journey, I don't think, is a scheduled event. You're not competing against anyone other than yourself. In your journey, that's the only person you're competing against. On the mat, when the bell goes off, that's a different scenario. But if you want to progress at it, you want to get better, the only one holding you back is yourself. That's it.
Yeah, I was trying to, while you were talking, I was trying to Google what's the percentage of people who quit jiu-jitsu. And I mean, I got different numbers, but it's all 90. So all the articles
I'm
that
sure
I
it's
found
high.
is 90,
for sure.
90 plus. One of the articles I just found right now, I have it open, is 99% people quit jiu-jitsu.
How many people did you start with that are still doing it?
Me? Let me think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, 5, 6, 7.
Do you think you'd get to 30?
No.
Okay. And then how many people came through the door of the different places you've trained at? Hundreds? Thousands? Right. So,
I mean, here at the academy, but probably.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring up our turnover rate.
Yeah. But I think that's common across all the academies. I mean, larger academy you have, higher, the percentage probably is the same, just the larger academy you have, more, the number is higher because of the volume of people coming through.
Sure.
But, I do think that today that quitting rate is higher than it was before.
So it's more popular, so more people are doing it. But you said the rate increased it too. It's just not the volume of people; it's the percentage.
It's the percentage increase of quitting too. I think less people stick around doing jiu-jitsu today than it did before. So, like, if I look at the crew when I was a white belt, and I recently was looking at the pictures, not everybody, by no means, everybody continues training, but there is a large amount of guys in Chicagoland who have academies from the group that I started with. They do. So that is a testimonial for something. Now, today, I do think that the curiosity, quote unquote, rate is much higher. People do try. People are curious about it. Jiu-jitsu is popular.
Right.
However, percentage of people who stick around and continue, even to purple belt, I'm not even talking about brown or black, but to even halfway, 5 years in, it is much, much lower than it was before. I think there was much less people trying before, but also more people stuck around. Versus today, I think the curiosity point is much higher.
Yes.
Also, the fall-off rate is much higher.
Yeah.
And
I think it attracted a different, I was just talking to somebody about this, and I think it attracted a different type of person before.
Yes.
Now it's attracting everybody.
Yes.
And before it was like, that looks hard,
Yes.
and I want to be a part of that.
Yes.
Now it's attracting people who, for, all those other reasons, the self-defense, the weight loss, I need a new hobby.
It's not even that. I think it just attracts different demographic of people. It has a
broader
has a broader demographic, which means, people who are more casual about it still have access to it, which, don't take me wrong, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But when we look at the rates or statistics, how many people continue, I think those numbers are significantly lower.
Right.
Especially within first year or two, I think that drop-off rate is very high for a lot of academies. Okay. And I think that's a point of struggle, and it should be an active conversation between all the instructors. Why we are not retaining blue belts, why we are not retaining purple belts. I think anybody who gets purple and up, I think it's much easier to retain those guys. They've been around the block for a long time, and there was a passion and habit and schedule associated with this.
Yeah.
But in the early first few years, that retention is much, much higher, much harder.
Yeah.
For average Jiu-Jitsu academy out there. So having some of these systems, and really, now we are getting sidetracked on this, but it's much more popular. So is it for everybody? I don't think it is. If it was, everybody would be training. I mean, by definition of this, if it was for everybody, everybody would continue training, but it's not.
Well, that's why I say it's for everybody to try.
I
don't want to tell somebody, don't come in, don't try.
Well, honestly, I have not met one person, and I was thinking about this a few months back, I have not met one person who tried a class and honestly told me I didn't like it. And maybe, I don't know, I'm trying not to be the never guy, but I can't recall one person who's told me I didn't like this. There are other reasons why they can't continue or they don't want to start, but I don't like it was never the factor, which tells us that this is popular, this is stimulating, this is intriguing, this is a anchor point for many to be curious about.
Right.
Now, can they continue? This is, I think, with it hard.
Right.
When
that's what I was
much
talking
harder,
about
right?
in the beginning. Yeah, because in the very beginning, if you're part of a good crew, a good community, I think jiu-jitsu it's pretty easy, and you're learning, and people are helping you along, helping you in a much more giving way. They're not making you figure it out. And the longer you're in jiu-jitsu, the more it becomes up to you to figure these things out. People put more pressure on you. People are being a little rougher with you. People are not being as giving with the information. Because I think that's just the nature of it.
Well, Judge McKinney was talking about that.
Yeah,
the first year is very mind stimulating.
Yeah.
You're
and it's not only physically hard yet.
Well, but even if it is, you continue solving the problems. You continue troubleshooting. You feel that you're making some progression, but at some point is you've done this already. And now it becomes the curiosity point. I think it starts dipping down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The self-learning starts beginning. It's a little bit more on you.
Right. Yeah,
You're
that's
trying
what I
to
mean.
figure stuff out. And this is where I think it doesn't become harder. I don't think it's harder. Like I said this a million times, people make fun of this. I don't think jiu-jitsu is hard. It's complex, but I don't think it's hard. If you really open your mind and willing to learn, it's fun. It's not hard. But what's hard is the fact that you really have to continue doing it.
Yeah.
And you by you allowing yourself to having, all these reasonings putting in front of yourself, this is why you're creating the complexity, right? So
and I think, and you have to start making sacrifices. We just talked to Shaolin, and he was saying that, it's funny, look for the quote, the soundbite, but he was saying, I know what you do. I see you start your party on Thursday and you're still at it Monday morning or Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And because you have to give up, you do have to give up stuff. You have to give up your free time, a lot of your free time. You have to give up maybe some of your other hobbies. You have to give up the way you want to maybe eat. There's a lot that folds into it. And people don't want to make those sacrifices. either because they don't really love it or not, or they love those other things more, or it's the easy way out.
It's the easy way out.
Yeah.
I think everything boils down to that. It's really easy way out.
But there could be something you want more. I want this other hobby more, and so I'm going to dedicate I'm going to change my focus.
End of the day, it all boils down to priorities. We talk about so many times. It's what's more important to you,
right?
Like, don't tell me this is important to you if you're not putting time into it,
right?
Like,
come out and say it. Say this other thing is more important.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you can't argue with that.
That's fine.
What if, I always say Patapeno, and I don't think that's right, but Marcio Cruz, he was like, I can tell when you have a legit reason to drop, to cancel, and when you're just, and he don't be a what? I can remember the quote. Listen to Marcio. He's a great guy.
I don't remember.
But he was not so kind. He knows. He knows when you're bullshitting him, right? And sometimes, it's legit, man. You don't want to be here for some very legit reasons. And then there's other times where it's like you can tell you're just kind of making excuses.
Episode 26, Marcio Cruz.
That was a long time ago.
That was a very long time ago. But I'm telling you guys, this was one of the better episodes of you.
He's so funny.
He is so funny. That was a very funny episode.
We quote him all the time.
That was 2000, November of 2000.
So,
I'm sorry, 2020. November of 2020.
2020, not 2000. God, we've been doing it for 23 years.
2020. But that was a funny episode. But listen, like, longer you're in these positions of interacting people, and I find myself with this too. Like, when somebody comes up to me and starts, I already know. I already know what's coming, and it's oftentimes very easy. Do me a favor. Like, you want to stop training, just tell me. You want to stop training. Like, don't bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, it's, save yourself time.
Yep. All right. Save yourself some time. All right. Are we done?
I don't know what we were talking about.
Is jiu-jitsu, I guess we've decided jiu-jitsu is not for everyone.
Well, it's not. It's not. I think I would love.
Go ahead.
As a business, as an academy, I would love to give everybody the opportunity to try.
Right.
Here at the Academy at Raw, we drive and we really push ourselves to give everyone the opportunity to try. But tell me, how many times we know when somebody's coming in and it's like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but on the flip side, I would like to think, I'm very idealistic. I would like to think that everybody can find it within themselves.
Yeah.
To flip a switch at some point and continue and do the hard stuff.
I guess what we are both saying is really up to you.
Yeah.
It's really up to you whether you can continue this or not.
Yep.
Okay. I think most academies today give you the opportunity, they give you the tools, they give you the platform for a safe and good environment to challenge yourself and train and continue training as the years go by. But it's really up to you. It's really up to you. It's your call if this is important to you or not.
Beautiful. Let's leave it there.
Thank you for listening to Raw Radio. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to leave us a review and help us make the show even more amazing. For future episodes, check out our website and follow us on all major podcast platforms. Take care.